When you think about the speed of light, everything seems perfectly clear. It's the ultimate limit. Nothing can move faster. At least, that's what scientists say. But imagine for a moment that we managed to break that barrier. Imagine we found a way to travel faster than light, as if we challenged time itself. The question isn't just how it's possible. The question is, what does it mean for us, for humanity, for our understanding of the universe? When you look at the night sky, it feels as though the stars are motionless. They're so far away that their light takes millions, sometimes billions, of years to reach us. That's the past. We live among the shadows of the past, observing the universe as it was long ago. But if we can move faster than light, does that mean we can see the stars as they are now? Or maybe even glimpse into their future? This overturns everything we know about space and time. We'd no longer be limited by what we can see, we could be there. Think of how many discoveries await us. Could we explore black holes not just from a distance but up close? These dark giants that consume everything around them might finally reveal their secrets. Or we might find something beyond our comprehension, something that forces us to rethink the very nature of reality. Perhaps we'll discover that our galaxy is just a drop in an ocean of universes, each with its own rules. But you know what scares me the most? We don't know what's out there, beyond the limits. Maybe this leap beyond the speed of light will bring not just discoveries but dangers. What if there, in the interstellar void, exist forms of life or energy that we can't understand? What if contact with them changes us, physically, morally, spiritually? We don't even know how our bodies and minds will react to journeys of such magnitude. And what if the very fabric of time begins to unravel around us? Can you imagine what it means to witness the end of time? Here's another question. If we can travel faster than light, can we return? Not in the physical sense, but in the philosophical one. Will we still want to go back to our old home, to our small blue planet, after witnessing the grandeur of the universe? Or will we lose our connection to Earth, to our roots? Maybe the speed of light isn't just a physical limit but a metaphorical one. A boundary separating us from the unknown but perhaps also from ourselves. I think this possibility, traveling faster than light, will become humanity's greatest challenge. It will be a moment of truth. We'll be forced to reconsider not only our place in the universe but also who we are. Will we be explorers, ready to embrace whatever lies ahead? Or will our own drive for unlimited freedom destroy us? Perhaps the speed of light isn't just a boundary but a safeguard. But if someone someday proves it can be surpassed, can we resist that challenge? I doubt it. They say the moment you surpass a boundary, you can never see the world the same way again. If we truly crossed the speed of light, I wonder if we'd feel the same, as though we'd stumbled into a reality where the rules no longer apply. Imagine the first human to step aboard a ship capable of such a feat. What would they feel? Terror? Maybe both. I imagine them standing at the edge of the cosmos, looking out at the endless sea of stars and wondering, where do we even begin? The first voyages beyond the light barrier wouldn't be like anything we've ever known. There would be no maps, no landmarks, no guideposts to follow. Space as we understand it would dissolve into something else entirely. A chaotic swirl of energy and distortion, time bending and twisting in ways we can't yet imagine. The ship's instruments would probably scream in confusion, unable to make sense of what's happening outside. And what about the human mind? How would we process sights and sensations so far removed from anything in our evolutionary history? And yet we'd go. That's the thing about us, isn't it? We're never content to stay still, to accept limits. Even as the risks pile up, even as the unknown looms large, we push forward. But let's not romanticize it too much. The first explorers might never come back. If moving faster than light warps time itself, what happens to the people inside the ship? Will they age differently? Will they return to find centuries have passed on Earth? Or worse, will they discover that time has left them behind completely, trapping them in some eternal limbo? There's also the question of purpose. Why would we make such a journey? Exploration for its own sake is a noble goal, but what would we hope to achieve? Are we searching for new worlds to colonize, new resources to exploit? Or are we simply chasing the thrill of the unknown? I worry that, in our haste to conquer the stars, We'll forget to ask why we're doing it in the first place. And what if the universe pushes back? What if there are consequences to crossing this line, consequences we can't foresee? And then there's the ultimate question: are we alone? Traveling faster than light might finally give us the answer. We'd have the ability to reach distant stars, to visit planets that were previously beyond our grasp. But what if we find life out there? Not microbes or bacteria, but civilizations as advanced, or more advanced, than our own. How would we communicate? How would we coexist? Could we coexist? The idea is thrilling and terrifying all at once. The universe is vast, and for all we know, it's not empty. Of course, there's another possibility, one that's perhaps even more unsettling. What if we find nothing? What if, after traveling to the furthest reaches of existence, we discover that we truly are alone? Would that knowledge make us feel special, or utterly insignificant? I'm not sure which is worse. But here's what I keep coming back to: the act of trying. Even if the first voyages end in failure, even if we lose more than we gain, the attempt itself will define us. Crossing the speed of light wouldn't just be a technological achievement, it would be a declaration. A statement that humanity refuses to be confined, that we will face the unknown with open eyes and unshakable resolve. That, I think, is what makes us remarkable. The willingness to risk everything for the chance to learn something new. And so, the question isn't whether we'll try. The question is, when we do, will we be ready for what we find? The moment humanity crosses the threshold of faster-than-light travel, it will not just mark a new era. It will redefine everything we know about existence. The ripple effects will spread far beyond science and technology. They will penetrate our culture, our philosophy, and our very sense of identity. We will no longer be creatures bound to a single rock orbiting a single star. We will become something else entirely. But what will that look like? And what will it cost us? Imagine the societal impact. For centuries, our stories, our art, our religions, all of it has been rooted in the idea of the human experience as something intrinsically tied to Earth. When the stars are no longer distant points of light but reachable destinations, what happens to those stories? Will we abandon our old myths and create new ones? Or will we cling to the familiar, even as the cosmos beckons us to expand our understanding? I think about the first images sent back from these journeys. Not blurry photographs of distant planets, but clear, vivid glimpses of alien worlds. A sky with two suns, seas of liquid methane shimmering under unfamiliar constellations, vast cities built by hands, or minds, we cannot begin to comprehend. What would it feel like to see such things? Would we be able to process them, or would they overwhelm us with their strangeness? And then there's the question of humanity itself. Faster-than-light travel might allow us to expand, but would it unite us? Or would it deepen the divisions that already plague us? If the wealthiest nations or corporations control this technology, who decides where we go and who gets to go? Will the stars become just another battleground for resources and power, or can we learn from our past mistakes and create something better? It's a hopeful thought, but hope alone has never been enough. Even more fundamentally, I wonder how such a monumental shift would change how we see ourselves. Here on Earth, we've always had the luxury of thinking of humanity as the center of everything. Even as we've learned how vast the universe is, we've clung to the idea that we're special, unique, perhaps even destined for greatness. But what if the stars tell us otherwise? What if, out there, we find civilizations far older, far wiser, far more advanced? Will we still see ourselves as exceptional, or will we finally understand our place as just one thread in an infinite tapestry? Of course, the opposite could also be true. We might find nothing but silence, an infinite, echoing void where we are truly alone. That thought chills me. In some ways, it's more terrifying than finding something beyond us. At least then we'd know we're not an accident, not a cosmic fluke. But if the universe is empty, what does that say about us? Are we pioneers or anomalies? And how do you grapple with the weight of such knowledge? There's one thing I keep coming back to, the idea of legacy. If we succeed in reaching the stars, it won't just be for us. It will be for every generation that comes after, Every child who grows up knowing that humanity is no longer bound by the chains of our origins. They will inherit not just a planet, but a universe full of possibilities. And maybe, just maybe, they'll learn to dream even bigger than we ever could. But legacy comes with responsibility. If we go out there, we carry more than just ourselves. We carry the hopes and fears, the flaws and virtues of an entire species. We carry Earth, with all its beauty and its scars. And we must ask ourselves, what kind of representatives will we be? Will we bring with us the best of what we are, or will we repeat the same mistakes on a cosmic scale? The stars are calling, there's no doubt about that. The question isn't whether we'll answer. It's whether we'll be ready to live with the answers we find. The first true test of faster-than-light travel, I imagine, will be more than an engineering challenge. It will be a test of our collective courage. After all, the moment you transcend light itself, you transcend the familiar. No matter how much we prepare, no simulation or calculation will be able to fully anticipate what we might encounter. In a way, it's the ultimate leap of faith, to trust not only in our machines but in ourselves. Picture the crew of that first journey. What kind of people would they need to be? Scientists, no doubt, and engineers, the best and brightest minds humanity has to offer. But intellect alone wouldn't be enough. They'd also need to be dreamers, capable of imagining possibilities beyond the limits of logic. And perhaps most importantly, they'd need resilience, the kind of unshakable spirit that can face the unknown without succumbing to fear. I wonder what the mission brief would look like. Would it be straightforward? A simple test flight to prove the technology works? Or would we aim higher from the very beginning, plotting a course to some distant star system, a destination chosen not for its proximity but for its promise? Perhaps we'd pick a star with planets in the habitable zone, hoping to find signs of life. Or maybe we'd choose something even more ambitious, a journey to the center of the galaxy, or to a region of space where anomalies suggest the presence of forces we don't yet understand. And what of the journey itself? Traveling faster than light wouldn't be like cruising through space as we do now. It would mean navigating an entirely new realm of physics, one where the concepts of space and time might become unrecognizable. The ship's sensors might pick up phenomena we have no names for. The crew could experience distortions in perception, time speeding up, slowing down, or looping back on itself. Would their memories hold steady, or would they fragment under the strain of such a bizarre environment? These are questions we can't answer until we take that step. And then there's the possibility of encountering something other. If faster-than-light travel opens the door to regions of the universe we've never accessed before, who's to say we'll be the first to walk through it? Perhaps the moment we cross that boundary, we'll find ourselves face-to-face with beings who've been waiting or watching. Would they greet us as equals, as curiosities, or as threats? And how would we respond? The idea of first contact has always been a staple of science fiction, but imagining it as a reality is something else entirely. Would we be ready for such an encounter, or would it undo us? Then again, maybe the greatest discovery wouldn't be out there but within ourselves. The act of reaching for the stars forces us to confront what it means to be human. It's a question as old as philosophy, but in the context of interstellar travel, it takes on new urgency. Stripped of our familiar surroundings, our cultural touchstones, even our sense of time, who are we? Do we remain bound to the identities we've built on Earth, or do we become something new? Some might argue that we're not ready for such a transformation, that we're too fractured as a species, too reckless, too short-sighted. And maybe they're right. But if history has taught us anything, it's that humanity has a way of rising to challenges even when the odds seem insurmountable. The prospect of faster-than-light travel might just be the catalyst we need to evolve, not just technologically but morally and spiritually. Still, evolution comes with pain. The first attempts will likely result in failure, perhaps catastrophic failure. We might lose lives, ships, even decades of progress. There will be those who say it isn't worth it, that the risks outweigh the rewards. And yet, I believe we'll persevere. Because at our core, we're explorers. The drive to see what lies beyond the next horizon is woven into our very DNA. The stars will test us, yes. They'll challenge our ingenuity, our unity, our very sense of self. But if we succeed, the rewards will be beyond anything we can imagine. Not just knowledge or resources, but a profound sense of connection to the universe, to each other, and to the endless possibilities that define existence. Faster-than-light travel isn't just a journey through space. It's a journey into the deepest questions of who we are and who we might become. When we talk about faster-than-light travel, we often imagine fantastical worlds where humans can move between stars as easily as they travel by airplane today. But behind this lies not just imagination, but science that seeks to understand how we might break the light-speed barrier. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, nothing can travel faster than light, because it would require infinite energy to do so. This discovery changed our understanding of the universe, but what if we could find ways to bypass these limits? The possibility of faster-than-light travel forces us to reconsider our role in the cosmos. In science fiction, such ideas are often realized through warp drives or wormholes, allowing for instant travel across vast distances. These concepts may seem far from reality, but modern hypotheses and theories are beginning to hint that, in the future, we might be able to harness such technologies. So, what would happen if we really could travel faster than light? Clearly, our perception of space would change. We could visit the most distant corners of the universe, explore planets we can only dream of today, and even discover new forms of life. Traveling through galaxies and measuring their sizes would become routine. The technologies that would enable such travel would help us reconsider our understanding of the universe. For example, right now we are limited to observations through telescopes, but what if we could go to those distant worlds ourselves? We could confirm the existence of planets billions of light-years away. And perhaps this would lead to unexpected discoveries about the very structure of the cosmos. Imagine if we could directly study black holes, those mysterious objects that remain hidden from us. With faster-than-light technologies, we could explore their structure, understand what happens at the event horizon, and gather direct evidence for many theories that currently exist only as hypotheses. Moreover, faster-than-light travel could unlock the mysteries of the multiverse, which have been beyond our reach. We might be able to test what lies beyond our world and possibly discover parallel universes that were once the stuff of dreams. This wouldn't just be a scientific breakthrough. It could change our view of the very nature of reality. However, like any technology, faster-than-light travel comes with its risks. For starters, time-related issues immediately become problematic. What would happen to a person traveling faster than light? We already know that traveling at speeds close to light causes time dilation for the object. But what if we move faster than light? Perhaps time would behave unpredictably, which could affect travelers. Matter destabilization is another threat, as the laws of physics could break down under such conditions. The interstellar space, which seems empty, could actually conceal many dangers, unknown forms of energy, radiation, or even alien cosmic entities we've never encountered. Additionally, social and ethical questions related to space exploration would become more pressing. Humanity would begin to question what it truly wants to achieve by expanding into space. Who would control such technologies? What does it mean for our planet if we begin colonizing other worlds? How will this affect humanity as a whole? We might truly become a cosmic species, with the ability to explore other planets and galaxies, rather than being confined to Earth. Science and philosophy would undergo a revolution. Questions about humanity's place in the cosmos, the meaning of life, the origin of the universe, and other civilizations would reach a new level. Faster-than-light travel would open new horizons, and we would find ourselves in a world where scientific achievements rapidly evolve into something entirely new. But are we ready for such monumental changes? All of this will present us with many challenges, and perhaps very soon we will find ourselves on the brink of a new era, where everything we once dreamed of becomes reality.